Hey,
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Beer, the Skydiving Podcast. I'm Brian. That's the show. Fly.
Joe Mama.
You're always
Sweet.
current, is what it says.
I'm always current.
So, what have you been up to, man? It's been a week. What have you been up to?
Okay, let me see. What have I been up to? Well, I've gone through hell trying to get all this stuff like set up
Your
and
music
working
recording
together.
stuff?
Yeah, like I've learned a lot about audio engineering and connecting stuff together, sound settings.
Oh, I never
kinds
sent you a
of stuff.
picture of my mixer, did I?
No,
I'll
do
do
you
that
have
tonight.
I want an audio interface. I need an interface. That's just all there is
Well, I
to
use
it.
it as an audio interface, but like it can be used for live audio, or you can plug it into a computer with it.
Yeah, this RC505 can be used as an audio interface, but it's a looper. It's meant to be a looper. And I'm trying to figure out how to get. Really,
Does
I
it
just
cause
need
any
to.
problems if you try to do both? Like use it as an interface and a looper?
Yeah,
Is that the thing?
yeah, not necessarily. If I just do everything through the headphones, there's usually no problems. But I like to listen to the music in
Yeah,
stereo.
like with speakers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes it causes a problem. Like having
Hmm.
everything hooked up, I get feedback noise. Not from the
So,
mic, but just connection feedback from,
right, like a hum, like a buzz.
yeah, probably from the sound cables. I don't know.
So, what is your goal with all of this again? You said you're going to produce some music. You're
Yeah.
going to write music and like produce it.
Yep.
What are you going to do with that?
Have fun.
Just have it.
Yep.
All right.
Just have
Maybe
fun.
you should
Put it out
write
on
some music for the
SoundCloud.
show.
I could do that.
Oh. We did just pick the new one though, so maybe we should stick with that for a little while. That funk
Yeah, that was
that
a good
everybody
one.
heard at the beginning of the show.
The only thing I don't like about using headphones is I don't hear my own voice back.
It is weird. Yeah.
So it's like hard to tell if I'm talking loud or if I'm whispering.
No, I think you're all right. You sound good, man.
Yeah. Does it sound echoey? Like, I always feel like when I do the test back, like a recording test, I play it back, it's like echoey or.
No, I think it sounds fine.
Cool.
Well, you put up all that acoustic paneling too. It shouldn't be echoey.
Yeah, I got to put up a little bit more, then I'm done.
Yeah, actually, it doesn't sound echoey. Now I'm thinking about it, it doesn't sound echoey at all. It's very dead.
Wheat.
It's good.
It's professional.
You're trying. That's for sure.
That's it, man. That's
Yeah,
all you can
okay.
do.
It's all,
Just try.
fake it till you make it, dude.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
So what's up? What have you been doing?
Oh, we went to New York City. I took four
Oh, shit,
kids
yeah, that's right.
and a wife to New York City for 4 days. Dude, I think I've like seen one of those rare unicorn moments in life.
What do you
And it
mean?
happened in New York City.
What was
So
it?
we drive there, right? And I get to the hotel in Manhattan, and I just want to park my car. Like I'm looking for a garage or something, just to park my car. Well, less than half a block away, there's a spot on the street, and I like read the sign, to see when you could be ticketed and stuff like that. And the only time you can be ticketed is Monday through Saturday from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. So very small window, right?
Uh-huh.
The rest of the time they assume that people aren't parking there, like commercial vehicles are parking there, like just coming in and going out,
Yeah.
So I park there, and I try to pay like with the app. You can only pay with their app, and the app's down.
Scan the
So-
QR code.
That said, go to the app, but like, when I set up my profile and all that stuff, and I went to try and like actually pay, it said that the app was down. Try later, like try again later, and it said that every single day, and I never got a ticket. So I parked for 4 days in Manhattan for free, and I
Oh
didn't get
yeah.
towed.
Oh,
That's
nice.
insane.
They wouldn't tow you, I don't think.
Probably not after
Although,
only a couple of days, but maybe. I don't know.
well, if the
But
app isn't working, what are you supposed to do?
that was exactly my point. So if I did get a ticket, I was actually going to fight it. So I was like, the app didn't work. I tried to pay, it wouldn't let me pay.
Yeah, you
That's
know
the only
what?
way to pay.
Is that worth driving to New York City for?
Maybe.
Driving back to New York
Maybe.
City to fight a ticket? I don't think
You
so.
could probably do it via Zoom or something. I don't know.
I don't
If
know.
I had to drive to New York City, no, probably not. But you seem to have a problem with spending time driving places.
I spent 18 years living out of a suitcase, dude.
We'll we'll
Literally.
get we'll get into that. But yeah, no, New York City was awesome. We did like all of the touristy shit, like every touristy thing you could do, like going to New York City. The kids had never been there before, so like Statue of Liberty, Empire State Building, 30 Rock.
Da-da-da.
We did the 9/11 stuff and the new Freedom Tower. There's a place there called the Edge.
Freedom.
Are you familiar with the Edge?
You mean the guitar player from U2?
No, the attractions at a building
Yeah.
in Manhattan.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I didn't even know that was there. We were just walking and looked up and saw it. We're like, "Ooh,
Did you
check
know
that
the
out."
guitar player of U2
It's called the Edge.
called himself the Edge?
No, I
You didn't
didn't.
know that?
I didn't know that.
Music fact.
There you go, man.
Guitar player from U2 called himself the Edge.
Did you know the drummer from Def Leppard only had one arm?
I do, and he set up foot pedals
Mm-hmm.
and be able to play drums with one arm. And
Yeah.
he did it, and he came back and took over drumming again.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, when he lost it, he's like, "I'll be back, guys." And they're like, "Yeah,
The
okay, see ya."
the Bloodhound Gang taught me that. I didn't know that until I heard the Bloodhound Gang say it, and I looked it up, and I was like, "Holy cow!" Yeah,
The drummer for the Leopard only got one arm.
that's right.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so
look
that's what I did. Took a bunch of kids to New
Yeah.
York City.
Nice.
It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, I spent hours connecting and then downloading, and then there's so many files for this machine. It's like 850 gigs. And I got so far and I couldn't finish downloading, so I like changed file locations, and then everything got all fucked up, plugins, and I dicked around for hours, and finally I'm like, fuck it. I'm just deinstalling and reinstalling everything.
That sounds
So-
horrible, dude.
Well, I have two hard drives in my computer. I have the main C drive, which boots Windows from, and then I had a second solid state drive, which is the D drive, which is 1 terabyte, except it had all the shit that was on C on it. So it like had Windows and everything. So what I ended up doing is just formatting that disk, putting all the main files and everything onto my main drive, then all like the content, like the samples and the loops and the music
Oh
folders,
yeah, okay. That's
and just routed it to the second drive.
I said this before we started recording, but I think you just need to get a Mac. I feel like
Dude.
it'd be a lot
No.
easier, man.
It's not at all. Macs, no,
All right.
they're not.
I really like
There's a
my Mac.
reason why the government forced them to change their fucking charger to USB-C, because everything's proprietary. And if you don't
well,
buy
yeah,
Mac
I mean-
proprietary shit, it doesn't work.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you buy a Mac, you buy into their ecosystem. Like that's part of it. Like
No, thank you. I did
have
that
to
a
make
long
that
time ago.
decision.
Yeah, I did that a long time ago once. Never again.
all right, I like it, man. It all just
Yeah.
works.
Mine works great.
It doesn't sound like it.
Mine was 100% user error.
Oh,
move-
okay. Well,
Yeah.
that does make a difference. All right.
I ran out of download space, so I couldn't finish download the programs, so I had to move shit. And then once
It's
I moved
bigger than a
shit,
terabyte, like all the samples and
no,
stuff.
it's
More than a
850 gigs. Like the whole,
Huh.
like the everything's like 850
terabyte?
gigs.
Still, that's a lot.
Dude, any
Just
instrument.
the music stuff.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
Wow.
I'll have to
All
show
right,
you
cool.
sometime. It's awesome, dude.
All right.
It's so
It's
much
a,
fun.
it's
To
a lot of
just,
stuff.
dude, it's so much fun to just sit here and go through the samples and like groups and all the instruments and stuff. I can just sit here for hours without even making music, just going through them.
Just pushing the buttons.
Yeah, man. It's got so much stuff.
Right on.
It's awesome.
I've never made music that way. Like I grew up playing the guitar and the piano and stuff, and singing, but I've never like made like that would be electronic music, right? Is that what you're or not? Like I
Sort
don't
of.
know.
No, you can do, if it didn't take up so much computing power, I'd try to turn it on and play some stuff, but I feel like if I turn this stuff on while trying to record, it's going to tax my GPU a little bit too much. And then it's going to freeze and it's going to be a whole thing. And then we're going to have to start over.
Okay, we don't want to start over.
Nah, man.
Like, are you like recording instruments and then like
I can.
adding to that with
Yes, I can.
stuff? Yeah. All right.
Yep,
All right,
I
cool.
can do
That's
that
cool.
because it's got mixers and effects plugins for vocals, guitars, whatever. So you can play. I could play my guitar into this if I wanted to. Record it into my DAW,
What
and
are you
then
using for a DAW?
FL Studio. I'm using Machine
FL Studio.
3 right now until I get used to using this device. And then FL Studio's got pretty much everything you'd ever need.
Cool. Right on.
Like that's like the main three used to be like Pro Tools
Yeah.
and then Logic.
Right.
Most Mac people use Logic,
Yeah, that's what I
and
use.
then I think most Windows people use FL Studio Pro.
Oh, cool.
There's some other
Hey,
ones too.
yeah, I don't think I've heard of that one. I like Pro Tools is big. A
It's
long time
it's
ago,
kind of
like Cubase
yeah
was good,
yeah. It's kind
all
of getting.
stuff like
I
that.
think
But
Pro Tools is kind of from everything I've read on the internet. Some guys still use it, but everybody's sort of
it's not where it's
migrated
at
away.
anymore.
I don't think it is. I don't know. I've never used it, so don't quote me on it. It's just what I've read.
Oh, all right, cool. Well, like I said, you're gonna have to write a song for the podcast.
Oh,
Make it
I hope
awesome.
you're ready.
It's gonna like melt my face.
It might. It could.
All right.
It very
Uh,
well could.
so what are we talking about this week? Pertains to skydiving. We're sitting here talking about music
Well,
production.
yeah. Well, hey, man, I feel like this podcast could go anywhere.
It could.
We could talk about anything.
I think that we could.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, I guess our debate today wasn't really a debate. It was, we were, for anybody that doesn't know, we were planning on making a trip to like Suffolk or Orange next weekend. Not this weekend coming up, but next weekend. And by the way that the forecast looks, it doesn't really look super promising. So
Well,
for
Suffolk
me,
looks kind of windy.
Orange is going to be extremely wet. If the forecast is correct, and even if the front, those two low pressure systems are coming through. There's one coming in from the ocean, and then another one's coming down and up from like the west. So regardless if they both come in and push up and past Virginia by next weekend, it's still going to be dragging all that wind to the center of that system, and it just makes everything go all over the place.
I thought
Plus, it's
Orange was
supposed to
only
be
supposed to
cold.
have like. Well, yeah, it's gonna be cold. I thought Orange was only supposed to have like 8 or 10 mile an hour winds.
That's ground level forecast based on what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think it's accurate.
at any rate, we were planning on going out that way. Hopefully, we still are. I mean, it's a week away. The forecast could change.
Yeah, and I guess our difference, not really difference of opinion, but I think I'm gonna bail just because it's not looking super great. And
It would be better if it was great.
yeah, I mean, if it was going to be 50 degrees for sure and light winds, overcast, no big deal. But it's supposed to be in the 30s, and the high might get to 42 like on Saturday. And then Sunday at Orange is going to be windy as balls. And I'm pretty sure Saturday and Sunday in Suffolk is going to be windy as balls.
Mm.
Because the weather
Yeah.
usually tends, if the forecast is off, it usually tends to be late. You know what I mean? Like the weather usually pushes through. Like it comes up. Like if they're
Right.
calling
Yeah, I
for rain,
understand what you're saying.
if they're calling from rain Saturday or Sunday, a
It'll
lot of the
happen
times,
later than it will.
yeah, sometimes it
It's not
pushes
going to
up
happen
into
before what
Saturday.
they say. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, sometimes it'll push into Saturday. Like the front will come in faster, and that's what they call it forecasting, right?
Yeah.
It's you only have to be right 50% of the time.
So, anyways, that kind of brought up the idea of currency and, you know, what is current? What does it take to be current? And,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, I think maybe you're probably going to allude to some things outside of just the,
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
the manual, the sim. But, um, yeah, so like one of the reasons, like I'm okay with the cold. I would prefer it to not be cold, but I'll jump in the cold. Wind, you know, that could be a problem, but I thought orange was supposed to be all right. Maybe not. But, you know, I would like to stay current. And if it's just dealing with cold, like I can do that. Like that's still worth it to me.
Yeah,
Um, but, you know, it seemed like maybe you were saying that just staying current isn't really like a good enough reason.
if that's what you want to do, man. I mean, your currency runs out when?
February 7th.
Yeah, I mean, after that, you just have to do a recurrency jump.
Yeah, I know. And you're right. Like that is all you have to do. But it's,
I could do
I know.
that. That's
I know that
me.
you can. I know that you can. But the thing that I was thinking about was that, you know, when you're not current, uh, like that takes something away from you. Like, um,
I don't
if
think so.
the next weekend after February 7th, something happened and you know we decided to go then, say, well then, or no, let's say we decided to go but you couldn't go. Like I didn't have a coach that could just do it. You know what I mean? So I'd have to go to the drop zone
Danny's a
and
coach.
I'd have to be like, can I get a recurrency jump? And then like I can't just go. You know what I mean? Like there's
Danny's a coach.
a hurdle. Yeah, I guess Danny is a coach.
Yeah, I mean, you can always.
It just kind of feels like
I'm
you
not gonna.
lose something when you're not current. You know, I don't want to lose
I don't
something.
think so. I'm not gonna say where I made my recurrency jump after 5.5 years or 6 years. But somebody looked at me and said, "Joe Rouse, grab a rig. You're on the next load." And I went, "Eh?"
Okay,
And I had jumped in like 6 years, 5 years,
but I
something
know
like
who
that.
that was.
I don't remember his name. Yeah.
You know, so you know, you were saying that you know that's not worth it to you.
Well,
Um,
yeah, I'm just saying,
but
like,
you're also not losing your currency either.
yeah, I mean, dude, a lot of drop zones are going to have a little bit of leniency, man. Like,
Well, yeah, and like I know that if we go to SPA, it's not going to matter. We're just going to get on the plane. We're going to jump.
no,
Like that's what's
or
going to
if you go
happen.
to
You know.
Cleveland, yeah.
You know.
Um,
It
I think
just
currency, I think
it
the
just hurts
currency
a little bit.
rules, the currency guidelines are there for more like, say you got an A license at the end of last season and you have 26 jumps and you don't jump again until next April or May. And they say, yeah,
Well, yeah, that's
that's,
a problem.
I see that being a little bit of a problem, right?
Yeah, of course.
But you've had your license for a couple of years. You have over 100 some jumps. Um, it's me. I know what your skill level is for where you're at. Like if you want over your currency by a month or month and a half or something, I don't see that being a big deal. But those are the guidelines.
Well, yeah, and you got to follow the guidelines. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, and you
My
know,
yeah, my only
like
my
between
only
you and I, or like at our home drop zone where everybody knows everybody, you know, I think you can make sort of determinations like that. But
yeah
you know, say an instance does come up where I could get to go jump and I'm not current and it's at a drop zone I've never been to, then I gotta, you know, I gotta go through the hassle of I need a
yeah.
coach,
Hold on a
and you know,
second.
it just sucks.
Let me just show you something. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Good to go, coach.
Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Anywho, my not my argument, but my I guess my reason for not going is say say we decided to go to Suffolk, right?
Hmm.
What's 8 hours from my house, I think.
It's 8.5
Something
from
like
mine, so it's not quite that far for you.
so. That's if we drive straight.
Mm-hmm.
Stop, start, and do not stop.
Right.
But you're gonna have to stop for gas. You're gonna have to stop for the bathroom. You might have to get
Mm-hmm.
something to eat. So now your 8.5 hour trip turns into 10, possibly. You run into
Possibly.
traffic. Who knows? So you get down there and it's shit. Like you get down there Friday eat afternoon and it's like, okay, it looks sketchy. And then you get up in the morning and you go over and it's windy as balls or it's 28 degrees out. Right. And the weather for
Yeah,
Sunday
that's
is,
cold.
I almost guarantee you the weather for Sunday is not going to be good. It's only like a week out, really.
Yeah.
Um,
It can change, man. It can change.
I know. I'm just saying. So to do 20-hour round trip to maybe get one jump, if you don't even get a jump, plus the time that you spend there, just for me, I just value my time more than trying to do that. You know what I mean? Just sitting in the car for 20 hours
Yeah. You
just to stay
as of right
current.
now, you really think it's that bad? You think there's the chance of not getting enough jumps to make it worth it?
I'll tell you.
Based on right now,
Yeah.
whatever it says right now.
Yeah. That's just my opinion. That's just the way I look at it. Like, so let
Like, what's it say
me,
for orange on the first?
I am premium yogurts. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Where are my favorites? I believe it was saying, here we go. It's up. Sometimes it takes a minute to log in on the computer.
It doesn't just use your face.
I wish.
Everything nowadays just uses your face.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, last time I looked, it was a high of 40 to
40, I
40 to
think.
42. Yeah, around 1 p.m.
Yeah, I mean, it's chilly. I'll give you that. It's chilly.
So let me pull this up and do the include isolines of pressure. Okay, that's in there. And then let's look at the winds.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing is winds.
I mean, we could even go with Suffolk if you wanted to.
Well,
So that's,
I think Suffolk's winds were supposed to be worse
yes. I am
than
on
oranges.
this fucking thing. I am on premium, dude. I don't understand why.
It's okay.
Thank God. There we go. Nope, we're there. So, orange. You fucking son of a bitch. Son of a... Anyway, I can just show you by what's coming by.
So, like, the idea of staying current was never like all that important to you. I mean, it is not. I'm not saying that it's not important, but like, you're okay if you lose your currency. Like, you're in your
I
mind, you're just
won't.
like, yeah, it's fine. Well, no,
I
you
won't
won't.
lose it.
But I
Like,
mean,
I have a
you.
D license and I can go 180 days without making a jump.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like when you had like a B license or an A license. You didn't.
I
It
always made
didn't.
a
It
trip
didn't
somewhere
bother
in the
you to
winter
have
anyway.
currency.
I always ended
Well,
up.
that's what I'm trying to do, man.
Um, that's what I'm telling you guys. You can get a trip. You can get a round trip ticket to Florida for $100 with Spirit.
Yeah, you can do the
You
same thing
know,
in Erie with Breeze
that's what I'm
into
saying.
Orlando
So
or Tampa.
it's like an hour and a 2 hour flight. You could even, depending on what drop zone you go to, you could stay there. All you need to do is Uber to the drop
Yeah.
zone.
Which ones can you stay at?
I think
Do
any
you
of
know?
them you could. You can camp at any of them.
Yeah.
I know DeLand you can camp.
Dude, I heard the Florida Panhandle had snow today.
Oh, New Orleans. One of my
Yeah, it's snow.
subcontractors sent me a picture. It was a
Louisiana, yeah.
ridiculous amount of snow.
Dude.
Yeah. Z Hills, you can camp. I don't know if they have like a hostel or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of not being current. It's like limiting. It limits me. I don't like that.
I don't know, man. Like, it's a long way to drive.
It
I
is.
mean, you'll be able
I
to tell
agree.
by next week. I hate this webcam thing, by the way. Am I out of focus?
No, I think it's just not good quality. But we see a lesser quality than what goes on Spotify.
Thing's a turd. But yeah, I always end up just making a trip to Florida anyway, just because I wanted to jump where it was warm.
Yeah. Where do you like in Florida? DeLand?
Z Hills. I like
Z
Z
Hills?
Hills. I haven't jumped into land since I got my license, so I don't
Oh,
know
well,
what it's
that's why I
like
asked, because
anymore.
I knew that's where you got your license at.
Yeah, but I like going to Z Hills. It's chill. I see people I know there all the time.
Where's Z
Don
Hills
Schwab's
at?
down there. Zephyr Hills.
Oh, Zephyr Hills in Florida?
Zephyr Hills, Florida.
That's the name of the town? I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
What do you jump
Burrs.
out of there? What do they have there?
They have 3 planes, dude. They have
And they're running most of the time? All
2
three of
Twin
them?
Otters and I think it's a Packer caravan of some sort, I believe. Like the fast caravan, like Cleveland
Blackhawk?
has. Yeah, they have one of those. They have 3 planes. And they'll run, if when it's busy, they'll run all 3. They'll stagger all 3. All 3 planes will
That's awesome.
run. You can burble. Sometimes they'll have one plane reserved for like somebody who might be doing team stuff or something, you know, like wingsuits or something. They have a wingsuit weekend. Still there?
Yeah, I think I lost you for a second.
Yeah. Oh, no.
You were talking about burbling with the 3 planes?
Yes. I said sometimes they have all 3 planes running and they'll stagger them. They'll stagger the loads.
That's crazy. I need to go to a drop zone
Yeah.
like that. I want to go to a big drop zone where there's stuff. Like, I don't even know what there
Good.
can be. I need to go to a big
Go to
drop
Z
zone.
Hills, Paris. The
Yeah,
big,
I want to go to Paris.
probably the big. Let's see. Let's see what I would call my big 5. Paris.
Is that number
Skydive,
1?
Arizona. I'm just saying they'll be the top 5. You can put them in any order you want. I'm just trying to think of like the bigger, more active. Like
Yeah.
there's actually quite a few, like Paris, Skydive, Arizona, Skydive Spaceland, Texas.
It's in Houston,
It's
right?
pretty big. Yeah. Z Hills. It's a good one. Skydive Chicago when it's warm. They hold the nationals there quite a bit. Huge landing area. I mean, Elsinore's up. Elsinore's really nice too. I like Elsinore. There's
It's
lots.
close to Paris, isn't it?
It's right across the lake.
Oh, is it? I don't know. I've never been.
Yes.
But I heard they were close
Yeah.
together, yeah.
Lake Placid,
Cool. I didn't know that.
isn't it? I think it's Lake Placid, right?
I don't know.
That's
It's
between
pretty like Southern California, right? Like San Diego area?
Yeah.
Paris?
Yeah. Why won't this mother? I can't get to log in, man. Sorry. It's on my phone. Anyway, I was gonna try to show you what the weather is gonna be like, but right now it doesn't look very good. So it's a possibility of jumping Saturday, but probably on Sunday you're not.
Well, I don't think we were ever jumping on Sunday. Just either Friday or Saturday. So we'd have to drive
Yeah.
home on Sunday.
Yeah. Son of a gun.
I'm cool with flying to Florida. I just want to jump, man. Like that's another thing. Like even like I just want to jump. You know, like,
I get it.
and I feel like it would be good for my head. Like I,
I get it, man.
I gotta scratch the itch. Like I'd drive down even if I could just for some hop and pops. Like that would be worth it to me.
Does Skydive Rick's jump in the winter?
I don't think so.
No.
No,
Trying to
I could
think
never go
somewhere
there
in-
anyways because of the hours that he was open. He was always only open in the evenings, like during the week, and then
Weird
on the
hours.
weekends. But yeah, I need a place that opens in the morning so that I can go jump while my kids are at school.
Dun, dun, dun. That would be pretty sweet.
What's
Just
that?
go take it. Just jump during the day. Like, oh, kids are at school.
That's what I mean. That's what I do. Like the
Well,
days
yeah.
that Skydive Pennsylvania opens at 9 or it's either 9 or 11. You know, and
Niner.
I'm always there, first load, man.
At which one? Skydive PA?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, man. God damn it. This is the ADHD
what do you
bugging
do?
me. Trying to get Wendy to log in.
Oh, it'll be all right. If you say
Yeah.
the weather sucks, I'm sure it probably sucks.
Yeah, it's not supposed
But-
to be great.
Hopefully it changes, and we can hope.
You gotta hope and a prayer, pal. Let's see. So right now,
This is probably my last chance. Like I don't know of another weekend that I'd be able to do
even
it.
Friday looks horrible for Orange, even, dude.
What's it say for Friday?
Rain, possible
Oh,
rain,
God.
and then the wind is gonna go this way, and then this way, and then go back this way, because that low pressure system's coming through. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning, which I don't know what time they start, but it's supposed to be 30 degrees,
Oh,
12-mile-per-hour gusts. Excuse me. And then around 1 o'clock, it's gonna rain.
that sucks.
Yeah. So just based off of that, I you know what I mean? I'm not gonna do all that driving.
That's Friday though. Saturday might look good.
No, that's Saturday.
Oh, I thought you said it was Friday.
No, that's Saturday.
Oh,
And it
all
just
right.
gets worse as Saturday goes on, and then Sunday looks like complete garbage.
Dude, that sucks.
Yeah, let's see if I can show you this low pressure system that's
Danny seemed pretty gung ho to go, for sure. Oh yeah,
yeah. See all
yeah,
that?
yeah. I see it.
Like,
It's
even
pushing
if
over.
that pushes in, up here's orange.
Yeah.
Even if that pushes, I'll push through. Like with that low pressure system, like all they do is make the wind like
Right.
from every direction. It just sucks the wind in. So
Well, if that holds true, then I guess I'm not going to be current this year.
I don't think. I mean, I think it's more of a personal like preference for you. If anything, man, I don't think it's a big deal.
Well, no, like I said, it's not a big deal. But I also just really want to go
Like to
jump.
jump. Oh yeah, I know.
I need to get out of my house and go jump, man.
Dude, could buy a base rig.
I would like to, but I need to learn how to do that before I can jump.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Sooner you get one, the sooner you can start packing it.
I swear there are antennas around here that can be jumped. I think
There's what?
antennas here that can be jumped in Erie
Uh,
or like Erie County.
I'll tell you.
Like when I'm driving around, I see things. I'm like, I bet I could jump off of that, like water towers and stuff.
It depends, dude. Water towers usually aren't very high.
Well, yeah. I mean, that one does seem kind of low, but I don't know. Maybe you could static line it. I don't know.
Let's see. What part of Erie do you live in?
I live near the airport, like the west side of the city.
So west side of the city, Ashbury.
Asbury, yeah, that's not far.
So are you west or east of Asbury?
West,
Asbury.
just a little bit
You're west
west,
of Asbury.
west and north. I'm in Fairview Township, but like an Erie address.
So
I
you're
live,
in Fairview.
yeah, I live like 2 minutes from the airport, very close to the airport.
Yeah, there's some stuff there.
Yeah, sweet. That's what I thought. Just like
Just
driving
gotta
around,
make
I
sure
see
what it
stuff.
is.
There's a whole shit ton of antennas
What
all
you
over the
want to
place.
find, dude, though, is a long line antenna. The old AT&T antenna, orange and white ones.
Oh yeah, I know of 3 of them here.
Where at?
Well, it'd be in Erie County, so it'd be just just south of the city of Erie, near 79. There's 3 of them. When I would take off when I was learning how to fly airplanes at the airport, there was always a an obstacle. Like they're always like, make sure you stay away from those antennas over there because you'd be taking off and like a Cessna 150 or something, and maybe you're not gaining altitude as fast as you think you are, and those antennas might actually be in the way.
Yeah. Um, yeah, if you got one of those up there, it's high enough.
There's a cluster of 3 of them.
The orange and white ones.
Yeah, not too far apart from each other.
Like what part?
Well, that's what I was talking about. It'd be just south of the city if you follow like 79 south.
Are they the ones
Um,
got the big horns on the top? Like they're giant
mm,
squares.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but they're like the orange and white ones.
Well, yeah, but those aren't all long line antennas. Some of those are active. It could
Oh,
be,
I don't know what kind of antenna it is. You just are they
yeah.
orange and white? They're like the tall orange and white ones with the.
But you know the one that's like right by the drop zone. You know which one that
Yeah,
one is? They look like that. They're freestanding. They have a
yeah,
platform at the top, and they usually have like 3 arrays pointing in 3 directions.
like those rectangle
2 or 3.
things.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here, I'll show you. Hold on.
All right,
Let's see.
what's a what's a base rig usually run? A couple thousand,
Depends if you
like
buy.
a used one.
All right. I got a pretty good deal on mine. Mine was like a little over 3 grand. OSP2, 265 Lite, Apex Summit. It's pretty
So
good.
basically,
Only had
basically the same as like a
both.
skydiving rig.
No, no, because that I mean that thing had 20 jumps on it.
Oh,
The rig
that
and the
is a good
canopy
deal.
together. Yeah, it was manufactured. I'd have to look. I think it was manufactured 2021 or 2022, somewhere right around in there.
It's pretty new too.
Yeah, it's like so. I
That's
mean,
not
I got it for a good
that's
deal
not a
though.
typical deal. Yeah, like
I don't think so, man. The guy I got it from, he passed away. He had lung cancer,
oh
and he's like, I can't. He's like, I can barely jump right now with one rig. He's like,
yeah,
this is, I bought this for big wall base tracking, and I can't use it. Not using it, so I'm getting rid of it, and I priced it to sell. So I'm like,
well, maybe I can
sweet.
talk the wife into letting me buy a base rig.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. I think it was Facebook. base gear for sale, wanted.com, wanted or something, one of those groups.
Yeah.
And I messaged him. I'm like, hey, what do you want for it? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, or this guy wants me to mail it to him, ship it to him, on Monday. I'm like, dude, I'll take it. Like, he lives in Ohio. It's like, I'm 2 hours from you. I'll drive out Monday morning. And buy it. So I drove out. Maybe it was Saturday. I don't know. I remember whatever it was. I think it was Saturday or Sunday. Because on Monday he was going to ship it to somebody, have them look at it, and then, if it fit, the guy was going to buy it. The kid was going to buy it from him. I was just like, dude, I'll take it. I'll be there tomorrow.
All right.
And I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
But talk to the right people. You can get good use gear.
Even if I buy a base rig, though, like, I need to find a first jump course, and that's usually like a bridge day thing, right?
Yeah, the Prime.
I don't know if I can get the wife to let me go to Idaho.
Dude, that's the best place to go because you're going to get repeatability. If you're talking about currency, if you're going to try to learn to base jump, the Prime is the place to go. Not one day at Bridge Day. Bridge Day, if you want to make one base jump to see if you like it or not, that's a good time to go to like Bridge Day. But like if you're serious and you're pretty sure you're going to get into it, the Prime is probably the prime place.
Well, yeah, I don't see any reason why I would not get into it. Like,
yeah.
I'm already looking at things being like, I think I could jump off that.
Sometimes there's a boat that still runs. So you land, you take the boat, you stage a car at a parking area, and then you grab the boat, and the boat will drive you down the river to your car, and then you drive back to the top. Or you can climb out. Or you can stage a car. Yeah, or you can stage a car and hike out. It's a pretty easy walk. It takes like 15, 20 minutes.
That's
and
not bad.
A couple parts are steep. There's some steep stairs, so your quads will start burning. But if you're not used to hiking and climbing out, there's like two little areas where you're kind of exposed. But even if you're taking your time, you can climb out in like 15, 20 minutes.
So you could essentially jump like once an hour. Like you jump, pack, takes 20 minutes to pack, 20 minutes to walk back up.
It's going to take more than 20 minutes to pack unless you get really proficient at packing.
How long does it usually take to pack?
For the bridge is low enough that I would take my time packing. Like I want to make sure that all my lines are routed properly and my tailgate's set.
I think.
So bridge day is 1,000 feet, almost like 900 feet.
Yeah, that's double the Prime.
Yeah, so I wouldn't I'd still make sure I packed good, but I wouldn't okay, let's make sure everything's nice and tidy. But if you're 30 minutes or something, 30 minutes probably, sub 30 minutes, it's pretty good.
I guess it does make a difference, right? Like, it is a one parachute system, and, you're jumping from just shy of 500 feet. Yeah, I guess you would want to take a little extra time packing.
Yeah, and you're jumping over the water. You're jumping over the water, too. Yeah. So, hopefully, worst case scenario, you get some canopy out and it slows you down enough to hit the water. Yeah, maybe you break something, or maybe you just get wet, hopefully.
Right.
Yeah,
I guess I didn't think about that aspect of base jumping. Like, with skydiving, you just pack your rig. It's going to open. Like, it wants to open. It's meant to open. It's designed to open. It's going to open.
The base rig will, too, if you pack it correctly. And you do good gear maintenance and, make sure your shit doesn't get too worn out. Just be diligent.
Well, I think though there is a little more pressure though with base jumping, because skydiving, you're never jumping from 500 feet ever. You know what I mean? So, but base jumping you are, and like 500 feet is not high. That's not high at all.
It's pretty high. It's pretty high.
But there's hardly any room for error, right?
Well, yeah. that's with any base jump. If you fuck up and you get a malfunction of some sort, it's just the higher you are, the more time you got to deal with it before you impact.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's gonna open the same way every time, anyways. Like it's not like it
You
might
can have an
snivel for a
off-heading.
couple seconds more or something.
Nah, man. So the prime's going to be slider off, no more than a 3-second delay, and it's
Right.
going to feel like you get shit whipped a little bit if you
Yeah.
go anything more than 3. Like I've taken
Okay.
almost a 4 before, like a 4-second, and got fucking shit whipped.
Because it's slider off.
Yeah, just fucking boom, it's open,
Yeah.
dude.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. So you go to the prime. The first thing you do is get PCA'd.
Right.
This is what I want you to do. Here's how you're going to exit. Here's where you're going to look. Here's your countdown. You know, PCA you. Figure out which way the winds are coming from. Here's how you're going to fly. And you're going to have to start getting your brain out of pattern mode. Like, no more flying fucking 90 left, 90 left, 90 on the final. There's going to be no more of that. There's going to be fucking flying brakes, spill altitude for accuracy to where you want to land. You know, you might have to, depending on where you're jumping, you might have to, like, just brake the whole way down until 50 feet to hit where you want to land. Because
Yeah.
your landing area is directly below your exit.
Right.
Just depends. So that's what your first set of jumps will be like. PCA. You know, if you're comfortable, then after one PCA, then you go handheld. Then you go handheld for a while. For some jumps, go handheld. Make sure your exits are good. You know.
Is the reason when you exit to like find a spot to look at, is that to keep your head up so you don't dip down?
Yeah,
Or does
because
that matter?
if you're where you're looking and your head goes, the body tends to follow.
Right.
Right? So this is a jump. So this is a bridge exit, or like this is a regular base jump exit, right? Where you want to jump out at a 45, like you're jumping out at a trapeze bar, and you just want to get into that position and hold, and then you deploy. As like with tracking suits and wingsuits, you're wanting to jump out at your angle of attack. So you're exiting almost straight out and just slightly angled. And it is tricky to do because if you roll through a little bit too much, you end up going a little bit head down. That's why I love the Basonator that Mo had, like, because the first time I did it, I could instantly tell, like, oh, I probably would have head low there. He's like, oh yeah, because people tend to, like, as soon as they jump, they think you push out like that, you know,
Right.
because
you want to stay.
You can roll, like your body can roll forward, but then when you get to your 45-degree angle, you want to have your springs, your legs engaged to push up. Push off.
Right.
You can roll into your exit position, but you got to push. You got to stop it and then push out. You know what I mean? Make sense? I mean,
yeah, like off the wall or off the, like when you say push out, like
off the bridge, you
off.
push off the edge. Yeah, you can't like this fucking camera. Anyway, if this is the bridge railing, right? This is you're holding on. Like, you want to stare out just at the horizon, like straight at the horizon, right? And then 3, 2, 1, see ya, and then just kind of, you're gonna kind of load up on the legs a little bit, not a lot, but you're gonna look out kind of at the horizon, and then you're gonna jump out at a 45-degree angle, like you're trying to grab that
trapeze bar,
pull-up bar, or trapeze bar, or whatever you want to call it. And then that's why you PCA. Because if you have a shitty exit, you're not going to have a shitty exit, first of all. No matter how you exit,
there won't be enough time. Yeah.
Your canopy is open like the back. Somebody pulls
Right.
it off your back, you know? Maybe you do 2 PCAs, depending on how your, canopy flight is, and then you go handheld. And then when you go handheld, you'll start to figure out where you need to work at for your exits. You'll dial it in because you don't want to leave too head high either, because then like you're almost standing straight up and down.
Right.
You know. Then you have that's not good because then you pitch your pilot chute and your bridle's got to basically pull straight up
Straight up.
to pull your pin flap up before it can pull the pin and stuff.
That's not good.
So that's not good either.
Because the pins
there's
are
a sweet
oriented the
spot.
same way, right? Like pins are oriented the same way as in a skydiving rig.
More or less.
Yeah.
Mine are usually frowny face, about halfway. I know you never want them to be seated the whole way.
Right.
Some guys would call it priming the pin a long time ago, and they would pull it out till there's just like that much of the pin
Just a little
still
bit.
in the loop. Like, hey, prime my pin for me. Because they're doing something low or something, but then you're just risking having a pin pop.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be more dangerous than it would.
Yeah. There
Added
seems to
safety.
be I don't even know what the word to call it, but guys discussing whether you should leave your pin flap closed or open or closed. And from what I've been taught, and it only makes sense to me, if you're jumping anything slider off, there's zero reason for your pin flap to be closed. Zero. Because you're not taking more than a 3-second delay.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Would
why
that
have
just,
that pin flap? Why? Well, that's just one more
Just
thing
one
that your
less
bridle.
thing that wouldn't be there.
Yeah, it's just one less thing that the bridle has to pull. You know, if
Right.
you have a shitty exit, or you do like the guy posted on Birds, he did a tweener, and he had pilot chute hesitation, but he also had his pin flap closed.
Maybe it
And
wouldn't have hesitated if it was open.
The pit. I don't think. I honestly watching the video, I don't think it would have. It's it had to pull that pin flap out, and then pull the pins.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're just in my opinion, I'm not the expert, but it only logically makes sense. Like, if you're jumping anything with your slider off, just have your pin flap open.
Yeah.
What's it gonna hurt?
I mean, you're right. It makes sense, and also from a wear and tear point of view too. If your pin flap's open, that's just a jump that it doesn't have to rub on the container.
That too, yeah. It's one less risk. And there's certain base container manufacturers out there that people have showed that you can get a pin flap, closing flap malfunction and lift the rig up. Like no matter, no matter which direction, how hard, like you rip on it and it opens, but like you can pick it up off the ground.
Just pick it up gently.
And the pin flap would hold the fucking bridle and not pop the pin. Yeah. If you looked for it, I'll tell you when we
That's
get
kind of crazy.
offline. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they updated the designs or not, but one of them was Bad Seed Base.
Bad C base. That's something I have to look into. Oh,
Bad Seed. Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised there aren't more of like the companies that make parachutes, like skydiving rigs, that don't make base rigs. It doesn't seem like those
A tear? Or you mean just the canopies or the actual rigs?
the containers and everything, the whole shebang.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised there isn't more crossover.
I don't know. That I don't know. Maybe there has been at some point, not that I know.
Yeah, I don't know. Just seems like
I think the big four would be like Squirrel, Apex, Adrenaline. I think that would be my top three for
base
container.
rigs.
Yeah,
container. Right on.
And
Well, bro.
Canopies and a tear, OSP2. Or maybe
What size canopy do you think I should look at?
Point 0.7, no more than a 0.75 wing loading, and no more
Okay.
than a 0.69.
So between
Right,
0.69 and 0.75.
0.73, 0.72, I think is like the sweet spot. You know,
Okay. All right. It's a lot more research to do, man.
it's just fucking take your wing loading divided by the square footage, and that's the size canopy you get.
Well, I'm talking about learning about all the different manufacturers and stuff.
Oh,
I don't really know anything about them. But, all right.
cool.
You ready to call it?
Sure.
All right.
Cool.
We're just about on our hour anyways. So everybody, thanks for tuning in and listening to conversation about being current and beginner base jumping. Be sure to follow us on all the social media stuff. Facebook and X and Instagram and all that. And
Send
we'll
us
see
an
you next
email.
week.
Send us a
an email.
message, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll be
And
around.
we'll see you next week for
Hopefully.
another rousing episode of
Another tantalizing episode.
Beer, a skydiving podcast.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good. Peace out,
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.
Later.